and welcome to this video. I am Manuel Micallef, and today I will be explaining the prototype I did for the second year project unit. And as we can see, here we are in the main menu, and we have only but one button, which is the play button, some animation, and the title. So if I click the play button, the game will be loaded and we can start playing the game. As we can see right off the bat, we are greeted by a character I created in order to introduce us to the game. So if we press enter, the knight will react and will continue on with his dialogues, introducing us furthermore into the game. So now this is the last conversation for this dialogue. So when I press enter, the game is going to start. The time is going to start and we can start playing the game right away. So this is the game layout we have here. We have the options on the top left. We have the icon that shows us what type of color blindness settings we are using, a button for the settings themselves, a button for the help page, which I will show you, of course. Then we have the score, our score. Then we have the high score, which is 280 at the moment. And on the far right, we have the timer and also the stop button if you want to stop playing the game. Now, let's go to our conversation panel. We have the tile we are going to interact with, which we can drag and drop to the grid, just like this. So we can drop our tiles where we need, as long as this is part of the grid, which is this one. Now, under the tile, we have the knight again, the character, and the knight will be reacting to the gameplay. So if the furthermore we go into the game, he will react differently. So the text will be changed every time, and the knight will be reacting. Now, as you can probably have imagined already, the difficulty part of the game is that every amount of seconds, random tiles will be generated along the grid. So the further we go in time, the more tiles will be generated. So saying that, we are going to go on the main element of the game, which is we need to connect these four in a vertical or horizontal way. Or there's another option, which is we can form up a box just like that. So if you form up a box, the game will recognize that and the tiles will be destroyed. Now, another thing to say is the game has 4 different types of tiles, each with their own character, and when the tile is placed, another one is generated with a random count. Now, as we can see, we can play a bit more. Now, saying the aspect of the game, the main aspect of the game, we can now focus on the option. So if I press the option button here, now game is paused, of course, because it's a pause menu. Now, as you can see, we have each tile here for the preview of the user, so the user will know how the colors will be seen. And here we have the color blind options from where we can select from. So if let's say I am a Tritanopy user, I select Tritanopy and the colors will change accordingly. Now, of course, we as a normal vision people, will see the colors just changing We're not going to see anything special. But for people using a tritanopy option, which has a tritanopy condition or as color blindness, the change will be more so that the colors they will be seeing will be more comfortable to their eyes. So we just normally see the colors changing, and for people with color blindness, they're going to see the same colors basically because of their vision, but with more comfortable way. Now there are 4 in total selections for each different level of color blindness, and if that doesn't work out and somehow the option isn't yet comfortable for the user, you can always select custom, which opens up 4 different color pickers. Now I did this in order to totally satisfy the user. So if, let's say, I'm a tritanopy person, I select tritanopy, but for some reason I can still see the colors a bit blended together, which is not comfortable for me. So for an extreme cases, I can still just pick custom and pick my own colors for what is comfortable for me. Now the default the 4 main colors should still be comfortable, these 4 plain colors. So what I'm saying is these are there, which are there for quick selection, so I don't have to go to custom all the time and select my color, so they are for quick selection. So saying all things about the color blindness, I just added another option, the pause menu, which is the mute. I can mute the audio whenever I want, so that is that. So the pause menu is done, so if I click the play button here, the game will continue. Now as you can see, I changed the colors, so if I press another one, tritanopy, and I continue, the colors will change accordingly. Now saying that, now I'm going to talk about a bit of the help pages. I've done a few simple help pages for anyone that can't figure out how to play the game. I've included some basic diagrams. I have gone with that layout, adding some description on the top and explaining more visually, because the game is more visually focused, so I included more visual representation of the instructions. So once that is done, once we've seen all the help pages, as you can see, I'm out here. Now, another thing to consider, as you can see, I'm almost at the high score. So if I destroy more, I have passed the high score, and the main score will start flashing green. That means that I have reached the high score and passed it. Now once we all spoken of this main function, we can go ahead and explain the final stage of the game. So if I continue on stacking and stacking until the grid is complete and there is no more slots left, the game is going to end. And just so, the game has ended. Now there are different stages, different levels of results we can get, and as you can see, I lost. That's because I haven't reached the mark of 500 points. If you don't get enough points, you will lose. So if you get higher than 1000, we get a different ending, so to speak. The character will react differently. If you get 2000, the character again reacts differently, and as you can see, it told us you failed, and maybe think through and try again. it isn't hard to get high points, but in this case, when I have explained, we lost the game. So if we continue on, we go on to the profile screen. Now, a small thing about the profile screen is that the character will react depending on what type of tile have been destroyed the most. So it is 2 points. So as you can see here, we can only see that Reserve and Might are at the same level, but in more detail behind the scenes, Might is actually higher. So the knight will say, you are mighty, you are a mighty knight. So that says that the most tiles we destroyed were the type of Might, which had the fist icon on it. So the character will always react depending on the different types of tiles you destroy. So if we have vitality the most, he will state vitality the most. And I have done this 2 points because if we play the game for a large amount of time, the bars will be full. You have no way of identifying the exact top stat. So the knight will know because there are specific numbers behind the scenes of this screen. Furthermore, to the profile screen, we only have 2 more elements to cover, which are the high score and the score. The score is on the left and the high score is on the right. These can be easily identified when you have passed the high score multiple times. There will be some differences, so we'll know which one is the score and which one will be the high score. So that is basically it. So if I press continue, the game will finish and we will go back to the main menu as so. Just some minor thing. Let's play again. I need to cover. So basically, if we want to close the game, I want to see this minor thing, we press the stop button and a message comes to tell you if you are sure to want to quit, and if we press no, we'll continue on the game. If we press yes, the game will take us back to the main menu. So that's the last thing I wanted to say. Hope this message, this video clarified all the things in my prototype, and thanks a lot for watching and took the patience to watch it. Thanks a lot and goodbye.